The Saturday after the storms, I was in Eastlake with a chainsaw for about 10 hours. And the crew that I was with, we cleared, I don't know, maybe a dozen trees. And at the end of the day, driving back home, I was tired, I was sore, I couldn't feel my forearms, filthy, sweaty, and driving past all of the stuff that we didn't get to, disheartened. And when I got home, I posted onto Facebook, because that's what we do, and I posted up what I'd done, and that it felt like a drop in the bucket. And my father, within minutes, posted back, if you get enough drops, you can fill up the bucket. The devastation, the loss that we witnessed, that we experienced that day is unthinkable. Billions of dollars of damage, millions of trees torn from their roots, thousands of houses destroyed, 238 souls. How do we overcome the overwhelming? In my day job, when I'm not wrestling with chainsaws, I'm wrestling with software developers that can be very destructive as well. And we regularly take on large-scale projects. We call them epics. And the first thing that we do when we take on an epic project is we break it down into small, manageable, measurable, achievable chunks. This buys us a couple of things. One, it kills that overwhelming feeling. You can wrap your head around a project that's 2 weeks long. You can't wrap your head around a project that's 2 years long. And secondly, we can fail small, because we will fail. There will be times when we didn't get it done. But if we only fail this much, we can recover from it. We've already seen some of that in our relief efforts. Things like Patrick started, which started small and built on those successes, is heroic. The tricky part of this type of system is figuring out what those little chunks are. What are the needs? How do we split the work up so that we know we've got everything covered? That Saturday morning when I got to Eastlake, I reported in to the Methodist church there, and I met Finn. Finn is the sexton at the church, and Finn is a maven. Everybody remember what a maven is from your grammar school days? A maven is somebody who knows a lot of information about a particular topic, who tries to get more information about that particular topic, and most importantly, shares that information. Finn knew where everybody was. He knew where everything was. He knew which houses had trees on them. He knew which streets still had live power lines that we couldn't go down. He knew who needed help. He was a maven for his community. And when we caravaned from spot to spot, Finn led the way. Finn and those community mavens, and we all know them. We all know that every community has mavens. They're the ones that can tell us what needs to be done. They're the ones that can tell us what needs to be done first. What's the priority? What are the things that are high value? What are the things that are infrastructural that will leverage later efforts? We need to make sure that we listen to the Finns and amplify their voices. The Sunday after, I went to the Christian Service Mission down on 3rd Avenue. And first off, I had to find a parking place, which if you were down there on Sunday was a pain. There were so many people there. It was incredible. I was there with a friend of mine, Alex. She and I stayed for about half an hour before we realized that we were superfluous. They had too many volunteers, so we picked up the chainsaws and kept going. But the work that the CS Mission has done, the work that the Red Cross has done, the work that Hands on Birmingham has done, those are those structures, those organizations that will allow us to take the information that the mavens have and ensure that we're delivering the resources that they need where they need it. We know that we can address these epic issues that we have in front of us. We know how to break them down and make them successes. We know who to talk to. We know who to listen to. We know who to amplify, the mavens. And we have organizations in place that can help us do all of this. But what we have to remember, and the biggest question we have to ask and answer, is why? Why do we do this? Why rebuild? I hire a lot of people. And in the last year or so, I've started recruiting outside of the city. And I get to the part where I talk to people about relocating to Birmingham. And so many times I get the response, I just can't see myself living in Birmingham, Alabama. And that hurts. I've been here 20 years and I love it. So a few months ago, I started a personal project that I call Why Birmingham? And initially, I conceived of this as a recruiting tool. It was when I got this response from these people that probably have never been here, I could point them to this jazzy website with all these cool, hip people that would tell them how awesome it is to live in this city. It was marketing. But as I started thinking about it and started talking to friends about it, I started realizing what was more important is that we understand why we love this city. We understand why we're passionate about this city. And so I changed the nature of the project. I redefined the project. What I'm doing is I'm taking volunteers, and I expect all of you to do this. And I video their story, and I ask them to answer 2 questions. First, why did you come here? What attracted you to live here in the first place? Secondly, why have you stayed? It's a very different answer. And in fact, the answers that I've been getting have been really interesting. The answer to the first question is almost uniform. Birmingham is a stepping stone to the next level. Birmingham is a pass-through to the big time. Birmingham is a starter city. But the answer to the second one has been incredibly diverse. And one of my favorite answers was my friend Sean Chavis, who moved here about 5 years ago. And for her, Birmingham is a place of change. It's a crucible of change. I imagine a lot of you, a lot of people in this city have the same view that I've had for years about the civil rights struggle. We think of the dogs and the hoses and the bombs, and we're embarrassed. In 2 minutes, Sean changed my perception. She's proud of the fact that that happened here. That it's a badge of honor because we not only changed the city, we changed this country. Change is hard. Change hurts. And sometimes, like this month, change is forced upon us. We have the opportunity to make the city better. And invariably, I'm asked, why have I stayed? And every time the answer is people. It's the friendships I've made. It's the communities that I belong to. It's the love that I've found. I work downtown, and walking down to lunch and meeting random friends and random strangers and making new friends. That's why I stay. It's picnics at the base of Vulcan in the sun. That's why I stay. It's because this city is beautiful. Because the people are beautiful.